So 2 Samuel, hey shit, yeah. 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse, yeah, 5. It was actually a really short chapter, but anyway. 2 Samuel chapter 5 verse, where was I? 9. So David dwelt in the fort and called it the city of David. So he took it and then called it after his name. And David built round about from Milo and inward. And David went on and grew great. And Yahweh, power of armies, was with him. Yeah, man. You know. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and carpenters, which is workers of, workers. This. What? This carpenters. And masons, which is the same thing. Masons is builders. No. They take things and then they change the meaning thereof, but not the definition. The definition of mason is to make. He's a builder. Mason is builder. Here, build from, that's the builder. That's the word mason. You can catch that here. We're masons. If I say that, you'd be like, he's the one that never done it. Get him. Mason. What? Mason. Masons. Sorry. Masons, right. So where was I? 2 Samuel, right here. Masons. This one and this one. Hebrews 70:23. Hebrews 6:8. Wall, side, the sides, wall, house. Okay. And then the other one here. Oh no, these are stones. These are builders. These are stone. It's talking about stone. Wait, let me not use that one. Here, this one. Second here. And masons and hewers of stone. That's it. That one here. Mason. Masons. It's a builder, man. It's a mason. Masons means builders. That's why Esau calls himself a Freemason. Why? Because he's a builder. What does he build? Here. Where was that again? Job. Job 20 and 18. That which he labored for shall he restore, and he shall and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So he worked for a lot. He's been working. He's been building his society. Verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. When he is about to set up that new world order, the Most High is going to basically punch it out of his mouth and beat him up and rain fire upon his head. Nuclear fire, World War III. That fire, that nuclear fire. He had swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast it out of his belly. Yeah, that's what he's going to lose, all his riches. That's what's going to happen to these builders, because they are builders. Masons means builders. That's what it means. A mason is a person who is skilled at making things or building things with stone. That's the builder. And stone is stable. So they have a stable. The Freemasons, Esau that calls himself a Freemason, they have a stable build, like a organization type thing, I should say. They have a stable thing. That's why a lot of our people want to join Masonry, because they see the stability, they see the money, they see the respect, they see everything and anything. They don't see that they're going to get their ass destroyed. Psalm 73 explains that to you, what's going to happen to them. They don't know yet. They're going to find out. Anyway, so going back to over here. And builders that are good in stone. And they build David an house. Let me read it again. And Hiram, the king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar tree, and carpenters, and masons. And they build David an house. That's the point. And David perceived that Yahweh had established him king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for his people Israel's sake. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there were yet sons and daughters born to him. See, you're allowed to have multiple wives. There's no big trouble. There's no deal. But the scripture does say that you should watch out with that. Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. That means that another race is not supposed to be king over you. He's not supposed to be your leader. You're damn sure not allowed to vote for him. You shouldn't vote, because that means you want to put somebody else over you. You shouldn't vote for women. You shouldn't vote for anyone of another race. You shouldn't vote for your own. Why? Because they're house Negroes. They're being set up by the caucus. Now, I don't vote. It's just stupid. But once that time comes, we're going to have our leader from our own nation, because it says right here, thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. You are not allowed to vote another race over you and then make him become the mayor or some form of leader like the president and stuff like that. You're not allowed. And I wouldn't even do it if it's my people, because I don't know who controls him. You don't know who controls him. Maybe he's controlled by the caucus. So what are you doing? You're indirectly serving the caucus. Just like how your woman is in the house, she doesn't listen to you. You know what I'm saying? But if the caucus male tells her, you need to listen to your wife or else I will arrest you. Oh, yes, okay. Then she will listen to you. She's not listening to you. She's listening to the caucus that's threatening her. If you don't listen to your husband, I will take away your funds. Oh, shit. Let me listen to my husband. She's not listening to you. She's listening to him. Right? 16. But he shall not multiply horses to himself. Nowadays it's called cars. That's why the cars have horsepower. Nor cause the people to return to Egypt, meaning go follow other gods, the gods of Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as Yahweh had said unto you, ye shall henceforth return no more that way. So don't try to be like that, high and all that type of stuff. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself. So a king that is over us is not allowed to have too many. David just kept it, he kept it with a few, maybe 12 or something like that. Yeah. He didn't do what King Solomon did. That's why his heart was turned away, right? Neither shall he multiply wives to himself. Why? That his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply him to himself silver or gold. Don't get greedy. Because here. This is what happens when you get too much. You're going to be greedy. You're going to be very greedy. Very greedy. 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 17. Charge them that are rich in the world that they be not high-minded. That's what's going to happen. Nigga, I got more money than you, fool. Yeah, see, you wicked broke ass nigga, real nigga. Got real nigga, money, nigga, got power. Nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power of Yahweh, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good. So charge them that they do good. That they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate. I ain't listening to you. If you ain't talking money, you ain't talking to me. You ain't talking money. You ain't talking to me. Here. If you, this is what you teach your children. Well, how do you think he's going to grow up to be? How do you think he already grown? Yeah. Do you think that these people are people that you should be talking to? They ain't talking to you. They ain't listening to you. I ain't listening to you unless you talking money, nigga. So, and what do the Edomites do? They copy after them. Because you didn't see Edomites do this shit. You didn't see them do this. Have you ever seen one of the Rothschilds do this dumb shit? They don't do that, man. It's the ones that be listening to your music, they do it. Laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come. that they may lay hold on eternal life. Verse 9. 1 Timothy 6:9. But they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So, don't get full of yourself with that too much gold and too much silver. Nowadays, it's called paper money. FRNs or something like that. Euros and whatever. Yen. Yeah, don't seek out too much. It's not good for you. Here, it shows you right here. So it says here, Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. Remove far from me vanities and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. I want to be in the middle, like Malcolm. X, right? So going on. So it says right here, 2 Samuel chapter 5, verse 12. And David perceived that verse 14. And these be the names of those that were born unto him in Jerusalem. I'm going to butcher the name, sorry. Shammua and Shobab and Nathan and Solomon. This one is the bloodline of Joseph, if I'm correct. And this one is the bloodline of Maria. No! Yeah, Maria. Wait. Here. This one. Solomon, Joseph, Nathan, Maria. Haley is the father of Maria, or Mary. Sorry, Mary. Mary. Okay, this one. And then therefore, him and her are yet once more again family. I forgot about that one. So you have Abraham and his family member, which is Sarah. You have Isaac and his cousin. Well, actually, it's not his cousin. He's her uncle, something like that, if I'm correct. Yeah. He's a generation before her, but still she's grown, and that's how it is. That's how it was back in those days. And the Most High does not change, so it's lawful. I wouldn't do it nowadays. It looks weird, but still, I'm telling you the truth, right? Just for example, I know that walking around with a rainbow thing is not an evil thing. I still wouldn't do it because I know that what they're gonna think. Like, now I have to explain myself. Like, no, this has nothing to do with Caucasus culture. This white culture. That's not my shit. In the Bible, see, it's in the book of Genesis chapter 9, right? It explains it right here. So I don't want to do that. So I don't wear it. Simple. Well, this is a pretty color. I like the rainbow clothing. 80s, actually the 90s. Actually, this is what they had in the 90s. You know, you Jake walking around with the hair, a lot of colorful things. 90s. You know, yeah, Jake walking around with a lot of those type of things and stuff like that. You know, yeah, a lot of Jacob descendants walking around like that back in the days. Yeah, color. Anyway, 80s maybe. Yeah, you had people walking around like this in the 80s and the 90s. It was no problem. You wouldn't think like, oh, they're trying to brainwash the kids into doing some LBG. No, it didn't exist. Not like that. You had the sweatbands and stuff like that. Here, sweatbands. Wipe your sweat. You know, they had these things back in those days. I actually wanted this thing. You know, I think I had. I don't remember if I don't know if I had it anymore. But I do know that I wanted it. Maybe I had it. I think I had it. But yeah, we had this. I was thinking. Anyway, it was a long time ago. But I think, I don't know anymore. I think I had it. Anyway. But yeah, so back in the days, it was cool to wear that. It was actually very cool to wear that. But nowadays, So that's the bloodline of I think it's Joseph, and this is the bloodline of this is Joseph and this is Mary. Eber also, and Elishua, and Nephgeg, and Japhia, and Elishama, and Eliada, and Eliphalet. These are not really known because, yeah, you don't know them. You only know this one. Most people only know this one. They don't even know these two. A little less people know this one, but they know it. These are two familiar names, but the rest, yeah, most likely people don't know it. But when by the way, these are the house of David that are mentioned here. Zechariah chapter 12 verse 7. Yahweh shall also save the tents of Judah first, meaning the tribe, because the houses of Judah, the house of Judah, the 10th house is the same. Why? That the glory of the house of David, which is the royal bloodline, and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, which is Benjamin, and the glorious ones of Benjamin, you know, the warriors, the nobles and stuff like that, and also the lower ones of the normal ones, the average ones. Why? Do not magnify themselves against the entire tribe of Judah. And you will have that. And the northern tribes also talk shit about Judah and stuff like that. I mean, even though they steal from them. Everything and anything they get, they fucking steal from them. And they still talk shit. Benjamin does the same motherfucking thing too. They talk shit too. As if some of them, as if they hire. Yeah, me on Yankee, man, you know. I mean talk like that, you know. This, then, that, and shit like that. Yeah, I'm gonna get guitar to here, man. Stuff like that, you know. But not all of them. Clearly not all of them. So that's just that's just stupid to believe all of them. You know, that's not the truth. But when the Philistines heard that they had anointed they had anointed David king over Israel, all the Philistines came up to seek David, and David heard of it and went down to the hold. The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim, which is the giants. The giants were there. Those are the giants of old. The valley of the Rephaim, the valley of giants here. Here, 2 Samuel 5:18. Hebrews 7:4-9:4. Giants, old tribe of giants. So these are the old tribe ones, and Og was one of the old ones, if I'm correct. And then you had other ones also, like Goliath. He's not of the old giants. Goliath is not of the old giants. He's from the other ones, the Philistine giants. And then you had the Canaanite giants. The Canaanites are the old ones, if I'm correct. Right, so going on. And David inquired of Yahweh, saying, Shall I go up to the Philistines? Wilt thou deliver them into mine hand? And Yahweh said unto David, Go up, for I will doubtless deliver the Philistines into thine hand. Psalms 89 and 20 on down. Says it right here. Shows you about it. It says it right there, but it shows you what's going to happen. You're going to die in front of King David. And David came to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there, and said, Yahweh had broken forth upon mine enemies before me. Yeah, because Yahweh did it, and he already promised you that he would do it, you know, as he said. And he's not a man that he should lie. As the breach of water, and you know what water does. Give the water no passage. Why? Stone. Water will crack stone in the here. This is what water will do. Give it space. It will break this eventually, especially if it's running water. That's why here, petals. That's why this happens with the no, petals. Is it petals? No. This is what water will do. It will smoothen these rocks if it's here, because the water will continually beat upon it, and it will make it very beautiful. It will smoothen it out. That's how powerful water is. This is what water will do with walls. If you let it, it will break it open even more. and also water in glass window, car windows. If you have a little burst, then what will it do? Water will get in that hole and then expand when it turns ice in wintertime. It will expand. That's why when you put a bottle of water in the refrigerator, you leave it, and if it has alcohol or something like that, like beer, it will burst because it expands. It will 100% burst. And if it's like too much water or something like that, it could burst. But the thing is, it expands. And if you put it in the hole here and it is wintertime, it will expand and crack open. It will widen itself and crack open the crack even more. And then it's like, you know, let's say this is the hole, right? And there's water in it. Well, water will make it this big. And then next time it will fill with, because it's going to defrost, it turn into water again. And then next time it will get hard. Now it's going to fill like this now. And then it's going to fill that. And then it's going to expand. And then it's going to be bigger. And before you know it, it's a big ass hole. That's what water can do. So don't give the water no passage. Neither give a wicked woman the book of Sirach 25:25. Give the water no passage. Shut it down right then and there. Neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. Because if you give her the freedom to do it, she'll fuck you up. Don't give her the okie dokie, because she's going to do it. If you tell her, look, if you tell a woman you can take his money, I'll back you up with the court. I'll put him in jail. She gonna steal from you 100%. I have seen a few that didn't do it. It was like, no, don't worry. And then the men will, like, after he's separated with you, he will love you so much he'll just give you, you know. But most of the time they will put their foot up on your substance and rob you because another man backs them up. That's the only way that they can do that. Okay, let me go on. Oh, no, what was I saying? Okay. Okay, 21. And there they left their images, which is their idols, right? Okay, they left their idols, their images. And David and his men burned them. Burned the images, right? They burnt them. Set them on fire. Like Gideon did. That was called Jerubbaal. And the Philistines came up yet again and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And when David inquired of Yahweh, he said, Thou shalt not go up, but fetch a compass behind them, and come up over against the myrtle trees, which is here. So this time he went. Wait, let me see something. I think he went from here to here to here, and he went here. Jebus, which is Jerusalem. And here he attacked them at Baal Perazim. And the other one was here. He went here, and then he said, should I go fight them again? And the Lord said, no, you don't do that. Go behind them and catch them here. Pow, pow, pow. And then kill them there. Right? So go over against the mulberry trees. And let it be, when thou hearest the sound of a going in the tops of the mulberry trees, that then thou shalt bestir them. For then shall Yahweh go out before thee to smite the host of the Philistines. And David did so, as Yahweh had commanded him. And by the way, David inquired of the Lord by 1 Samuel 9:9. Before time and Israel, when a man went to inquire of the Heavenly Father, thus he spake, Come, and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. So going back over here. So he inquired of the Lord. So David here. He inquired of the Lord. That's what he did. He went to the prophet and he asked the prophet, what should I do? And the prophet told him, here. So David did so. You can catch that here also. 2 Samuel 16. Verse 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel was he counseled in those days, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man inquired at the oracle of the Heavenly Father. Woo-wee! That's 100% the truth. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's a prophecy already right there. He was really good. But yeah, but the Lord cursed him too. Eventually, he messed him up. So if I'm correct, it was him. Maybe I'm thinking of another prophet that got messed up by the Lord. And David did so, as Yahweh had commanded him, and smote the Philistines from Geba until thou come to Gazer, which is. So he ambushed them here. He went behind them and ambushed them there. It doesn't say Gazer. Oh no, it was Gazer. Wait a minute. Let me see something. Yeah, Gazer is there. Oh, they flee to Gazer. Wait, maybe. I think it's another chapter then. Is it? Anyway. This one, he fought them here, and then he said, should I go with them again? And then. Oh yeah, I think he beat. Oh, I think he beat them. Wait, let me see. They flee for. Oh yeah, they flee to Gazer. Okay, cool. Let me see something again here. Oh yeah. He smote the Philistines from Geba until thou come to Bezer. So he was killing them. He was killing them from sins here, and then they fled. Kept on killing them. Kept on killing them, and then they fled to Gazer. Kept on killing them. So they ran a whole marathon. So with that, I'm going to say, let me see. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.